1 second to plug my phone in here. I can do it. This awkward angle.
She told to pipe down by Judge Everett. She was in Craigslist. By the way, no one can accuse me of it.
Let's see. Doesn't want to go in.
Yeah, she was, she was indignant. Credulous.
All right, got it.
Face is a gate wide open. People have been posting some funny memes about that, but you do.
Hold on, give me 1 second.
See that controlling nature when you were looking at her. It is mine.
All right.
By the way, sir.
Okay, better. There we go.
That Holocaust
Am I in frame?
There's no telling what Wendy did with it.
It's telling me to turn the camera. That's weird.
Steve,
Doesn't usually tell me to do that.
Wendy will be arrested, but look, I talked about this on court TV.
All right, it wants me to go this way today, apparently. Let me check my screen here and see if we have a decent view of my workspace.
It's been enacted a lot for different.
Happy Wednesday, everybody.
This is my belief that Wendy was definitely pushing some buttons, getting Donna to act and take.
I think we're fine.
And
I might even be able to come down a little lower. Let's see.
If you think that is the case, and if you do think that there's enough here to eventually,
what do you think? How's that?
Charge her and bring her.
Okay. Just need to put my peel base on and quickly shape my nails.
If Wendy had any
just make sure there's no dip still around the free edges,
Wendy was manipulating Donna
and that I have them the shape I want them. If you pre-shape your nails before dipping, you're going to have a lot less filing afterwards.
Originally told Greg Isom she had done and drove all the way up to the crime scene tape,
so,
which would have been just a couple of doors down from where her sons were staying.
And I'm wearing medium length stiletto jelly tips from Luxie Nail.
And then turned around and there's police officers testified that he saw a vehicle matching her vehicle description that came up, turned around and left. That was her original testimony. She stuck with it. That's in the can before she ever got a subpoena.
I think this one is pretty good. I just put this tip on my thumb. It was growing out a little bit.
So she has to own that. So she has to explain why she took this circuitous route all the way over to the ABC liquor store, which is literally right here behind that bowl, and then go down Prescott inexplicably.
Peel base, here we go. Also by Luxie Nail. It's called Dip Enabler Peel Base, and it's just as good as UNT. Very similar in consistency and dry time and performance. It's $8. But you can save 15% on your Luxie Nail orders at luxienail.com by using code TARA15.
Riding around as opposed to sitting on an 18-minute phone call with his sister about a flat screen.
I love her peel base. I just bought 2 bottles of it. 2 more bottles, I should say.
She was involved in it. She knew about it, and so that's my personal belief. Whether or not,
so this is the one I have been using every day, and I don't have any issues getting my nails off.
My wife said, my wife watched that arraignment. She said, "There's no
my dip popped off."
And same thing, and I agree with Lucas. There is no doubt in my mind after watching that.
There we go. I'm a little shaky. I could tell just by when I was putting that on.
I think he was doing it for Donna, solely for Donna, and so. I think
alrighty.
I think Wendy, they had a weird dynamic between the two of them.
So happy Wednesday to everybody. I have not posted yet today because I am twinning with Janet, whose Instagram handle is Fun with Dips. Hi, Brandis. Yeah, well, I know you're talking about the angle. I had it vertical, like in my regular mode, the way I normally do it, but it was telling me to turn the phone. So I turned it. Is this angle okay? And how are you, honey? I'm doing a Luxie Mani. Yours came out so pretty with Boughs of Holly. So I'm going to pair it with Cardinal. And I've been wanting to do either, I'm going to do it today, either a Christmas tree or a wreath made out of like pearls and gemstones and different beads and stuff. but I haven't decided which one I'm gonna do, whether it be the tree. I kind of want to do the tree because I have little stars I can use on the top, a star. So I'm doing it on my right hand, which makes me a little nervous, but it's just placement, you know what I mean? So hand placement, and I should be able to do it. It's not like I'm drawing. Tired and sore. I'm sorry. Hi, Patty.
It seems like every one of these proceedings, she kind of pulls out a little bit more, like Lewis referred to.
That's next on your list.
You know, and I think
Peel base.
Is teetering by a bread.
Patty, how are you feeling? She's got bronchitis. The doctor diagnosed her yesterday, but she said she knew it. She knew it. I gotta say, you guys, remember how yesterday I did that Nail Boo magnetic gel polish mani over black dip? I did not have a reaction. I kept it on until last night when I popped it off to do a mani. Janet and I are mani twinning today, but I didn't have a chance to post yet. She's a couple of hours ahead of me, you know, so I was waiting for pictures. So I'll post after. But it did not itch. Nothing. I've had nothing. My hand is completely fine. I'm shocked. And there's HEMA in that stuff. So now I'm like, maybe it's not HEMA that I'm allergic to. Maybe it's something else.
Let's listen to another clip here.
I can't believe I used their base, the gel, and the top coat. I was hesitant. I almost used like Cosmic Nails top coat, you know, just to cut down on the HEMA exposure. But I didn't. I just wanted to fully use their products. I'm like still like my mind's blown.
Been through or been up to. Again, the audio is on the pool feed. It is not great, but he's talking about having no idea what's going on.
What are you talking about? That's next on my list. LOL. I bought some. Are you talking about peel base, Brandis? Patty, oh, another one of my gifts arrived for my Secret Santa person. My Secret Santa person isn't going to have her stuff by Friday because I'm still waiting on one more thing. So it'll be like next week sometime.
Heartbreaking. Lewis, he's saying he has no idea.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, well, I thought these were like half pearls, gold and silver, but all they are like those kind of like studs, metal stud type things. But I have those that can be used because I bought those for it. I ended up coming. I bought one, and then I bought this. It came with some pearls, half pearls, so we can use those too. And then if I do a wreath, I don't know. I have red flowers, and I also I don't have red, but I have white bow, which could be like on the wreath. But I'm more leaning towards doing a Christmas tree. Brandis, I wish you hadn't used this dip already because we totally could have twinned. And then I have colored gems because I was like, I could do green gems to make the tree, you know what I mean? But no, I want to make it out of pearls. I wish I had like red pearls or green pearls or something, but I don't. I only have white and off-white, and then I have like these mermaid type ones. So we'll use the white ones. Where are they? Oh, they're right here. So I have these. There's some really small ones. Plus, I know Patty sent me some. I have those over here somewhere. Oh my God. And this is all winter stuff. All winter snowflakes. And then, I have these gold charms. Oh, but like one's a tree, one's a wreath, one's a snowflake. The snowflake's cute. I'll leave those out. Maybe I put that on another now. All different colored snowflakes in here. These ones are more like a Fimo clay type one, so they're not flat, they're thicker. But they're pretty.
should include Lincoln and
Oh, something spilled. Oh, my silver snowflakes are all in the bottom. Look at that.
Lincoln and Benjamin.
Whoopsie.
But Wendy changed their names to Adelson to make it so that
I have another one right here of silver snowflakes anyway. But I don't think I'll be using any of those today. What's this? Christmas glitter. Oh, these are all different ones. This is from Hypnotic. I think it's from last year. Oh, there's snowmen, Christmas trees. What's the red thing? I'm trying to tell.
Just as much as
I think they're bells, maybe. Oh, it's a bow. Oh, that would be perfect if I did do a wreath. All right, let's leave these Christmas glitters out just in case. I'm gonna use my solid builder gel from Emily to create the tree or wreath, and I'll put that down on the nail, and then we'll stick stuff on it. Should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. We can get like kind of creative, right? Oh, here's some more bows. Oh, but these are all pink anyway. And like I said, I'm planning on doing a tree anyhow. Oh, here's some gems.
But Tommy Scoville, when we lost you, I was asking you if you had ever been on the receiving end of a victim impact.
I was just looking for the pearls Patty sent me. I think these are them.
So what was it like for you?
Let's see what's in it. It's a cute little seashell. Oh yeah, these are Christmas ones. They look a little bigger. Those would be cute though for like a pink Christmas Manny. Yeah. All right.
Moving forward in life, and I remember when I was packing up, leaving one joint to go another, and coming across it, and I frightened this one.
You got your stuff out, Brandis?
In my head, I didn't use a gun. I didn't threaten anybody, and I went in and said, I used to literally. I'm not. No one's getting hurt. Just
$12 for shipping. Yeah, I'm
reading the impact statement.
Michelle sent me my half of the Hypnotic Advent nail, the Hypnotic Advent calendar, Advent nails calendar, Advent calendar, and it was $17 to ship it. So when I ship to my, and I know it's gonna cost me, but I was ordering from multiple companies, and I was getting stuff too. So it wasn't like I could. You know what I mean? I was going to have to pay multiple shipping that way. Yeah, it's horrible what they charge. I just paid $15 for shipping for 2 bottles of e-liquid. Well, Nick did. But it used to be $22. So this will be fun, you guys. Oh my God, did I show you guys these opal flakes I got off of Temu? Look. All different ones. And I'm thinking about Brit. I'm thinking about I've done opal nails before, but they're so pretty, and like dreamy, that I might do opal nails for your birthday collab, your gemstone collab.
I get the feeling with this family.
And maybe use these. These would be awesome for like Milky Way style nails too, I think. I do have some other ones, flakes, different types of flakes and stuff, but these were $4. Usually, like if you go to a nail website, they're gonna charge you $10 for one of these,
Like this is really the whole world knows about what's going on. It's really hard for us to think that they're not catching.
Hi Britt, how are you? Happy Wednesday.
This is one of the,
so last night, well, yesterday, yeah, Janet and I got to talking about how she had ordered some dips from Color My World, and it was the reel she posted, and I saw she had posted the dip Slay the Day from CMW, and I told her, so I was like, I have that dip, and then once she got some chromes from her Secret Santa, who was Tara, not me, the other Tara, she got a whole bunch of chromes, so I'm like, do you want a twin? And we'll chrome too in it. So we ended up not even chroming, but we twinned using Slay the Day, but then we used 2 dips from CN Designer. We used Cherry Tart as our red and Spruce It Up as our green.
is there anything?
Alrighty. So my Manny plan, we're going to use Boughs of Holly. This is a chip glitter. So if you've never used or are not familiar with chip glitters, these are glitters that you can are not silver inside. It's just the same color. So you can file and file and file and it's not going to turn silver. You know what I mean? So Cosmic Nails has several chip glitters. Sometimes they're called man glitters, but that's what it is. And then I'm going to use this red solid called Cardinal. These are both releases, new releases from this year's holiday, one of the holiday collections, part of the Farmhouse Christmas collection. So, oh yeah, Manny plan. So I'm going to do Cardinal on my thumb, ring, and pinky. I'm going to do Boughs of Holly on the index and middle. And then my ring finger, I'm going to make, I think, a Christmas tree with beads, well, pearls, gems. I have a bunch of little things, you know, we'll put on it. And I want to try and do a Christmas tree. And if that doesn't work, we can try a wreath. So we'll start with the solid. Really gorgeous shade too.
Where is Harvey? They've been married for what, 50 years or something like that, right? I don't care. Look, Louis Baptiste, love you to death, man. If I need a legal opinion, that's the man I'm going to, right? But Louis, there's no legal opinion you could ever give me that would prevent me from being in the courtroom where my wife of 50 years is being arraigned for first-degree murder. Sorry, bro. Love you. Ain't happening, right? So where is he, right?
There's a hair. There we go.
What's he afraid of, right? And like, it's so.
How's everybody doing today? It's hump day. Hey, Britt. Don't forget, Friday is Engagement Friday. Likes for likes. We can't forget this week. I'm giving you a heads up now.
Tommy, I'm going to have you unmute. I'm going to come back and make up a little loss. Back to Lewis from Tom Meredith. Charlie grew his beard, hoping to fit in with the thug prison inmates. He's headed down a unenviable road. Let's put it that way. But
I got this show on the background. It's called Surviving the Survivor. It's this guy and his mother. Well, his mother's not always on it, but she's on it sometimes, and she's a Holocaust survivor. So that's why it's called Surviving the Survivor. But they cover true crime cases and stuff, and they're talking about Charlie Adelson, because remember he was sentenced yesterday.
Image, carrying yourself a certain way, so you do not get your proverbial ass kicked.
Yeah, you know what? Obviously, if you're a bigger guy, you're better off.
This red is so pigmented. Wow.
There's obviously something to that. I was a big dude, and there was a few times that I was.
Nice red. I like it.
But
I love reds anyway, you know.
I mean, to prepare yourself, there really isn't. And he's going in there famous.
And the
You
thumb.
can imagine going into prison.
Yeah, you would have forgotten for sure. Patty, you tired? Were you up all night coughing?
It's terrifying when you walk in and they don't know you, because every single head in the place turns anyway, and they stare at you and they're sizing you up, and you know the conversations are starting. I want to see dude's paperwork, right? All the people, this dude, everybody knows, and traditionally this wouldn't be a crime that would have probably, you know, bent the fellas out of shape. In all honesty, you know, this is a crime that, as crazy as this may sound to the world, wouldn't be considered necessarily dishonorable, as nuts as that is, because it isn't.
Okay, here we go.
Nature, and there isn't any kids involved.
Want to hear something weird that's never happened to me before? Yesterday, I got a postcard in the mail from iGel Beauty saying, Black Friday's not over, and it's like a 70% off coupon or whatever. It's the first time I've ever gotten anything in the mail for a discount for a nail place like that.
When does Charlie get transferred to state?
Oh, it was kind of weird.
Tommy, he's going to an intake.
Anybody else get it? Get one?
Probably not the kind of reception area that we're thinking of, somewhere in the Panhandle, and then he's going to get spit out to a state prison. But what is this intake process like for him on the state level? What is it going to be like? What is he going to have to do? What's going to go on?
So let's brush these off, and the coverage is cute.
you're going to have to see a doctor and go through a whole medical process. You're going to have to see a lot of people from the psych departments.
Oh, I just hit my light. It's right in front of me.
They want the best placement for that inmate. So they're going to decide where.
All right, let's do layer number 2 now.
They also want to shake out the people that can't do that.
So I just want to tell you guys, I mentioned it to Janet last night, but this is dip base. If you remember, I was complaining like a week or 2 ago. I'm like, I need dip base so bad. I'm like, I don't even need activator or top coat. I just need base. So I went on Amazon and like they had single bottles of base for $10. And then they had 4-piece kits or 3-piece sets, you know what I mean? But the only thing I found but then I found this from Azure Beauty or Azure Beauty. You guys, I'm sure, have heard of this brand before. And it's 1.4 fluid ounces, so just shy of 3 full bottles of base. And it was $9.99. And you just open it here and it's just got a little squirt top here and you just flip it over and you squirt it into your bottle. So I filled up my clear Color My World Dip Space bottle, you know, with it, and it works fine. No issues at all. So I would highly recommend, if you're looking to save money, you know what I mean, this is a good way to go.
Demonstrated they're willing to walk and go meet people for that kind of thing. I think that he's in for.
You were Patty. You were up for most of the night. I'm sorry.
You know, all bets could be up, and the Latin King thing is really going to be a problem. I promise.
And also about those magnetic gels, I was pretty obsessed with my Manny, and like I want to use them again. I want to use the other color, you know, and do something with that.
Perhaps George is going to find that breadcrumb that Steve and Lewis were talking about in the 3 cell phones and iPad seeds with warrants to open, dating from June 2012. You see Steven's got his fingers crossed 2 years before the murder. Steve has connected me with a digital forensic expert up in Tallahassee. I haven't told Steven this or him, but hoping to have him on Thursday night at 7 o'clock. And I've got 2 other guys that specialize in digital forensics. This could blow the case wide open. So John Sawicki, I'm hoping will join us for that. And we will discuss all of that and how it could impact the case. 5 p.m. tomorrow, just so you know. The thumbnail is #Justice for Dan Markel. The holidays are coming up. We've got a kind of a YouTube community of content creators. Ask Carl Steinbeck to come on. He can't come on tomorrow night, but the other OGs, Mentor Lawyer, Asian American Legal Focus, True Lifestyles, and who's the one? Oh, Katie Cool Lady. How could I forget you? They'll all be.
All right.
We're gonna have a kind of.
This is more of a deeper red, almost. I mean, it's still red, but almost like leaning in towards cranberry.
And we'll get Lewis's take on.
Oh, yours is, you have to post today? Yeah, they gave us, it said a staggered posting schedule, Brandis. Like Michelle said, she has to post today too.
By the way, this is the first time, and I think
you didn't do it yet?
One other.
What, do you know what colors they sent you? That was my first time ever doing a mani with, well, I've tried using like magnetic powders and magnetic dips before, but I could never figure it out like to get a good design I wanted. But the magnet that Nail Boo sent made it like really easy. I don't know, maybe that magnet is better than the ones I have. I got a set off of Amazon, you know.
One more time. Look at Charlie's facial expression.
Oh, I was thinking about Jamie. Do you guys remember like a month ago she posted to her Facebook stories, if any of you guys saw it? And it was about Kara's claws coming back, and she had like a package of nail mail, I think with builder gel or something maybe in it.
I think we see disregard.
And she did it to like that song, Are You Ready for It or whatever? Who's that? Taylor Swift or something? I don't know. But
totally disregards.
has anybody seen anything related to nails from Jamie since then? Is my question.
And his reactions are just is to dismiss it. I mean, it's dismissive. It's disrespectful. It's dismissive. And we know it when he stands up. All he stands up and says is, "I maintain my innocence." That's it. That head nod shows us exactly what he's going to say. That's a prelude.
Oh yeah, and Charlie Adelson at his sentencing yesterday stood up and said that that he wanted to say something, and all he said was that he maintains his innocence.
Right? Let's create a hypothetical world, because that's what we have to do.
Nothing about being sorry, you know, to the family for everything they've gone through for the last 9 years.
Charlie was forced because he was scared of the Latin Kings. Let's go into Charlie's hypothetical world. Even if that was true.
Okay, there we go.
If I was hearing what
Is Janet here yet? No.
That would still make any regular person have some level.
Brandis, are you done Christmas shopping?
Not remorse for the act that you've done, but empathy for the pain that they've experienced. No matter what, you know, if you did it, if you didn't do it, there should still be some level of empathy for the pain that the Markells have experienced every single day, every single second.
Britt, you've never bought from iGel before, have you? I'm telling you, if you buy when they have their 70% off sale, it used to be 60% off, but now they've raised their prices some. So I think that's why it's gone up to 70% off. Their 2-ounce dips, seriously, are like $6, $7. They have tons of gel polishes, dip liquids, tons of nail art stuff.
I would not want my client to admit any guilt or admit any liability, you know, expose himself to anything that could tarnish his chance at appeal. But I think there was a way to.
All right, Boughs of Holly. I think I'm going to lay flat for both dips to try. This isn't a milk bath, I believe, so I want to try and have a, you know, some covered by the white and some not covered by the white. Come on out.
And definitely the case. I'm going to play Charlie's statement in a moment. Stephen, back to you here from Nancy Hendershot. How long before Donna goes to trial? If they wait until after her trial to get Wendy, there's very little hope for those boys. My question to you is... All
right. I didn't get any.
Yesterday, and this is a whole other issue. It seems
there's a green one on my finger.
The attorney is out of her league a little bit. And I know they're trying to seek some Tallahassee counsel, and I'm sure that will happen. And Marisol Descalzo will not be the permanent counsel for Don Adelson. But when asked by Judge Everett for the next hearing, Judge Everett suggested February, March, and she stopped him and said, no, we need to do this earlier. It sounds, Stephen Webster, like Donna is itching to go to trial as soon as possible. Is that a wish that could come back to haunt her? Or do you think if you were an attorney, you advise her to just get this over with?
Oh, if I'm giving you Ableton's legal advice, you can count on it being the.
I think I'm going to hand place some of these before I do my second dip. We'll see how it goes laying flat on my index finger first.
Because George is ready to try this case.
Brandis, how did you work with this dip? What did you do? Did you have to hand place any?
So I think it's a smoke screen. Look, I mean, frankly, it's kind of ludicrous to me. I mean, like what?
All right, that worked better.
You know, he's like, look, I'll put you on. You know, what purpose does it serve? You know, I mean, what are you really going to be prepared to say in January? You know, I mean, he was offering up March or February, and yeah, I got news. There's like a news flash here. There's like a holiday season and a New Year between, and there's not going to be a whole lot of depositions and stuff like that happening, right? So I you know. I don't know. I mean, I think it's kind of like a weird flex, frankly. And I'm sure Donna will push for it. I believe she will push for it. She does not want to stay in that Leon County jail. And these people are convinced that they can lie their way out of it.
All right.
You know, I mean, Charlie was convinced he was going to be acquitted all the way. He still thinks, you know, he stands up today. He thinks he can manipulate people still right now. Into believing he's innocent. That's why he gave that, you know, that little smarmy little.
Oh, yeah, they sink.
Because he still thinks he can manipulate.
I'm gonna grab out some tweezers.
And so I do believe she'll push that. I don't think it'll happen.
Maybe I'll do 3 layers of it.
You know, some attorneys who are coming in and are going to like give her some cogent legal advice. They're going to say, look, we have perhaps hundreds of wiretap phone calls to listen to, probably thousands of text messages, emails, not to mention just all of the prior trial transcripts and depositions. And this is not something you can just, jump and put on a jacket and a tie and go try tomorrow. It's going to take months and months. So I think realistically, you're looking at 2026, probably the first part of 2026 is what I would think.
Well, that's going to be a long time for Donna Adelson to be sitting in that jail cell. Look at this comment. This is fascinating to me. One meal a day, man. I email back and forth with Wendy. If she's emailing with people she barely knows, she's burning up the phone with her family. Someone, and I apologize, I passed over it on I think a super sticker, said they hope that Wendy's boyfriend is law enforcement. I've seen a photo of this guy. He actually looks sort of the part. It looks like he could be. That would be unbelievable if that ever turned out to be the case. Tommy Scoville, my fascination is not over. So you talked about this intake center, and he's going to be in this cell. How long did you say, and what's he allowed to do?
I have a good amount.
In there all day
I think
long?
they're having. You got garnet and sapphire. I got sapphire and ruby. I used the sapphire yesterday on the live.
10, 12 at a time. It's a process. It never ends because there's new inmates going in every day.
It was really pretty.
That first 30 days, you're locked down 23 hours a day. When I did my state rip, they only let you out to shower every
Britt, the sale at iGel is going on right now.
4 hours a day unless
I can give you the code.
happen to be,
I just got to look at the card.
They don't even give you books. The only thing you could get was a Bible.
But after Christmas, they have even better, like 90% off. Like I got tubes of polygel for $1.
They had
No exaggeration.
4 single showers on the bottom, 4 single showers on the top.
Let's see if I can
You
get
guys
that
out
back
to the
on.
Assembly line, and you got about 3 minutes. And when I did it, there were no shower curtains. There was no nothing. It was a pretty rough. It was a pretty rough go. I think they come around quite a bit.
Do you get hot water? Is there shampoo?
You get whatever comes out of that thing when you hit the button. There's one button, so you hit that button in, and you get 30 seconds of water. So you hit that button, and you start the process, and then your hand tries to find that button again.
Okay.
And it's not a pleasant shower. I promise. It's not a
Tommy
pleasant shower.
Scoville, when you wake up every day.
There we go.
When you wake, sorry to interrupt, but when you wake up every day, the smallest things, like getting in the shower, like being able to toast your own bagel, do you look up at the sky and go, wow, I'm so grateful that I can do this and I can do it on my own?
Without fail, every single day of my life. I don't miss the sunrise and I don't miss the sunset. And I like grass between my toes. I have a cat right next to me. I like furry little animals. And
I think I am going to do 3 layers.
Right? The smells on the inside of that place are not. It's just
So with a dip like this, because these glitters don't rise to the top, if you shake the cupcake blender, it all just sinks to the bottom.
really changes it, I think.
So the best way to do it is kind of just to,
A worse criminal, that's what happens.
I'm pulling a cuticle stick across it and just trying to remove some of the acrylic, and that's opening it up to the glitters that are there.
Every single day.
You laid flat twice?
Tommy
Okay.
Scoville, he's got to write a book, man. He's got stories for days.
Oh, that's a good idea. You can do them with the magnetic polish, Brandis. You know how to do that?
I know
Hair hanging
Louis,
from
this
me.
is not your field of expertise, but I'm just curious, your perspective. The big question now, we just talked about Wendy. If something were to happen and she's taken into custody, and by the way, she's said to not be a very adept single parent. She has trouble making appointments. She's always asking people that she knows to, run the kids here, run the kids there. I'm getting information from sources. How problematic, obviously, is it if she was to be taken into custody? Do you have any idea what would happen to these boys, or what could or should?
So it would be an extremely technical process. It would fall under, we have in Florida called Florida Statute Chapter 39.
Yeah.
And so a Florida Statute
A
Chapter
little piece of
39
red glitter here. I'm trying to get it back on my nail.
sets out the course of where children go if the parents can't have it, right?
Louis, I got to stop you for 1 sec. Webster, does this guy know like chapter and verse, all the
Okay.
Cipro books, all criminal law? What's going on here? He's citing.
I tell him my passwords just so he can remind me what they are.
This is insane. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
It's there. So chapter 39 sets out the standard where the only way parents can have their rights terminated are abuse, abandonment, or neglect.
Okay.
So what that means is even
I'm gonna put something up here.
it's not automatically.
I think I only did 2 layers on the index finger, so I have.
If she's arrested for this crime, then the state would have to bring a decent.
All right. So again,
would bring a hearing against her, what's called a TPR hearing, which is termination of parental rights. And as part of the TPR hearing, the court would then evaluate what's the best placement for the boys. And here's the problem I think that exists.
Such a pretty glitter. I'm all about like traditional Christmas colors this year.
So let's say that she's arrested tomorrow in our utopic world, but there is no TPR or no shelter here. Whenever the state takes any children out of a home, you have to have a shelter hearing within 48 hours. 72 is the deadline. 48 is what the statute advises. You have to have a shelter hearing. And so if Wendy's arrested tomorrow and the children aren't sheltered, which means taken into the custody of the state, Wendy will have the ability to designate where the kids go.
So I just want to maybe place a couple glitters up here.
Preference is in control. This has been litigated up to the DCA. And so
oops, there they go.
Where Wendy is arrested and there's not a TPR, and where Wendy
I'm losing them
for the children to go with a third party that isn't the Markells. And the problem is the Markells could theoretically petition for custody, but the only way, of course, there's a statute which was passed,
put a little green piece over here too.
The Markell statute, which might bring the.
Sorry, I'm working with my left hand, guys. So.
But outside of the statute and any or conviction and the judge making any kind of findings, the Markell's best bet would be for custody by an extended family, which is what they're considered. Problem there is, this really is going to bring a legal situation because in order to file a motion for custody by extended family member, that family member has to be in custody of the child or had custody in the previous 18 months, right? So theoretically,
trying to throw a couple of small ones on here.
The Markells would not be in custody of Lincoln or Benjamin, nor can they assert in a pleading that they have had custody for the past 18 months. And so their only relief would be a finding from the court based on the Markell statute, the Markell Act that was passed. But it is a situation, it could firmly exist where Wendy could be arrested and direct for the children to go with a third party in the absence of the court sheltering the children and directing on them.
Whoops.
And Dan would be proud.
Super, yeah, he sure would. Lewis, the student, knows the law. Linda Smart, glad you brought this up. Is there a possibility to
reach?
Bill
There we go.
Markell's impact statement to defeat
All right, I'm gonna
that?
begin encapsulating now.
Overall, missed so much of it.
These glitter nails are still wet, so I'm just gonna stick them in some clear.
Ask him if he can give us a copy, and if so, I'm gonna post it on Twitter at Podcast STS and on Instagram at Surviving the Survivor, so people can read it because it was definitely really emotional and heart-wrenching.
So let's go through. We're gonna put one layer of clear on the nails.
At the very beginning of this chat feed, a lot of people were asking an appeal. There's no doubt that Charlie Adelson is going to try to appeal this conviction, but everyone tries to appeal, right? What are the chances? Is there any scenario in your mind where he gets out of this conviction?
I put it in the same realm of possibility of Donna Adelson getting house arrest.
Britt, you're still doing press-ons, right? Janet was asking me last night. She asked me if you did press-ons, and I said, well, she didn't. I said, but for like the last week or two, she has been because of an a gel allergy. Are you still doing that?
Yes, there was one instance where the defense was pushing for all the text messages to come in as a composite exhibit. It was after I testified and released from my subpoena. And the judge seemed to have concerns.
I'm gonna do my solid nails first, then come back to the glitter nails.
Some racially insensitive language that might be in some of the text messages, and he said he was going to exclude those under a 403 analysis that they might inflame the jury. And he said, if I recall this correctly, he looked at Mr. Rashbaum and said, Mr. Rashbaum, you have some some folks on this jury that really may not have put by your client and some of his other people that he was communicating with.
It was
So
before
that's why I
Thanksgiving?
put it at-
Wow, time flies. When is your collab? Is it the 28th, hon?
infinitesimal above, 0.
December 28th?
I see no.
Is that your birthday too?
He stacked on counts 2 and 3, 30 and 30 consecutive. So even if somehow, there was some sort of appeal that, there was some successful appeal as to count 1 and, the murder, he would still have to get around count 2 and 3 and the 30 and 30 that he's staring down the barrel on there. So,
I never heard from Chastity or Amanda S. Brandis. Did they? I hope they checked their emails about the
Tommy,
Elfster
unmute
thing.
yourself, from SRA. Did Tommy know any lifers? How much does having a release date mean when serving
Okay.
a sentence? That's question number 1.
Yeah, I had my custody level was high. So when I started my sentence, I started it on a yard where probably about 50% of the people there were lifers. So I knew a bunch of them. Having an out date changes your life.
Alrighty.
It's very, very different, obviously, for the people who are lifers. But it also changes the dynamic of the prison. When you have a place where there's a bunch of guys that are doing life, it's hard for them to watch people.
Okay, now we're all done with the dip base.
So you do everything in your power.
Close that up.
You're not
Brush off. Now you make sure you do this. Any excess clear powder.
And where was Lewis when I was
Yeah.
going to court? What the hell is, My lawyer took 6 months looking stuff up, and it was just rattling this off the top of his head.
Lewis will be coming in, citing, chapter and verse.
Okay,
all the
time to activate.
Katie girl here, Tommy Scoville. Were you able to exfoliate and get your mud mask on in prison? She says she could not survive the 30-second shower. She would need more time to exfoliate. Did you get your mud mask on ever, Tommy? And would you get your ass beat walking around with a mud mask in a state prison?
You're not going to believe this, but I've actually seen it, or something very similar. There are people that do some pretty crazy things in there, but to be clear,
There we go.
the water comes out 30 seconds at a time.
I'm gonna do my activate my solid nails first, and then we'll activate the glitter nails. And I'm going to use a plastic bag just to press them down and make sure they're nice and flat. So let's grab one.
Nobody wants to come on in there and help you out with the process. So
That
the
is-
shower's not fun. You'd love it.
Tommy, hold on. I just want to hold on a second, everyone. Are you telling me that every time you shower, you have to have someone you are friends with? I don't know what the word is in there.
Even if your nail is already pretty flat, using a plastic bag and doing this gives it an even smoother surface from the plastic bag, if that makes sense. If you do it and try it, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Closest to the shower, because if they can't find their homeboy, they're grabbing the first white dude, the first black dude, the matching race, and saying, "Hey, watch me. I never
Okay.
sell anywhere near the edge."
So smooth.
We end up people try to get you to go sit and watch it.
If prison is not a deterrent, Tommy, you got to write this book. So hold on a second. So let's just say I go into prison. What about the first couple of times you shower? Let's say you're Charlie Adelson, the first time he showers, he's not going to even know anyone. What's going on?
Now, normally what happens is that when you get there, there's going to be somebody from your car, right? And the car is either the state you're from, the color of your skin. It just keeps going down into smaller cars. It originally starts with the color of your skin and goes down from there. But people will bring you up.
All right, so I'm just pressing the outer edges of my nail, where the free edge is. This can also help to give you a smooth free edge before you even touch it with a file. Okay. All right,
The
good.
rest of his life, he's gotta
Cute,
have- what is
cute,
it, booted
cute.
and suited? Is that what you said?
We'll give these another minute or so to set. Have hit my vape, have a sip of coffee.
Because if someone is going to come and get you, that's a very popular time.
Oh, Amanda responded.
It's easier to
It is your birthday. My sister's birthday is December 29th, Brit, and my husband's is the 22nd. Nothing from Chastity?
Is anyone else?
Yeah,
freaked out here?
that
This
will
is
not
just
be
me.
cool.
Someone says Joel's prison fear.
Does anybody have Chastity's cell phone number?
I hope I never, ever get myself in trouble. Ned Smith says naked and afraid.
Well, you know, if you get a DWI, you're not going to these custody levels. You know what I'm saying? Like, it requires stupidity to end up at these custody levels. This is doing really dumb stuff. It's not making a mistake. Then you go to a place where
Brandis, you're the only one. I don't know who you got.
Gangbangers, and you know, there's a lot of what they call politics, which is just a way to it's just racial hate, right? And it goes in a bunch of directions, and it's ugly.
Who could it be, you guys? Let's try and figure it out.
I'm just glad I'm not the only one.
Britt already got her stuff. Julie, Angela. Oh no! Wait.
It still creeps me out.
I don't think Angela got her. Oh, did you get Angela?
You ever think someone's coming to get you in the shower now?
Do you know what's really
Your dad's wife is the 29th too, Patty? Oh, look at that.
Prison room showering for me, 100%. And it's not because I think someone's coming in. It's just that you spend so much time having this.
You guys know that Temu, when you order from them and you get your order, that they'll let you return multiple items without having to send them back.
Look at this question, Joel. Would you rather be in the Adelson family?
And there's tons of different reasons for it. And then you just gotta snap a picture of it and they refund you. That you can either have it refunded to your Temu credit balance or to your original form of payment. But that takes longer. The Temu is balance, credit is instant.
Here's Charlie's statement. Let's take a listen together.
So I would tell you guys that every time you get a Temu order, go in there, take the most expensive item you bought, and click to return it. Say the box was damaged or something, shipping box or whatever you want to say. It arrived too late. You found it cheaper somewhere else, whatever. And then submit it, and they'll give you the money back.
No one does food like Cardinal.
Hi, Michelle.
Whatever you do it for less.
Let me change this channel for a second. I'm just waiting for my nails to finish curing. I'm doing a Luxie mani today. I'm going to do a little creative nail art on the ring finger. I'm going to try anyway. That chapter. This guy's really good. He covers true crime. His name's Mike. He's from Scotland, I think. So good.
To look at a frightening story of obsession. A celebrity therapist was very good to offer getting there to open up. Be honest. However, some people
Yeah, well, they're selling our information. You might as well get something for it.
and so a obsession began, which only became more and more dangerous. Eventually leading to, well, something you would not wish on anyone. Except, you know, maybe like the person.
And hey, you don't have to do it. I'm just giving you a tip. I'm not saying you gotta do it. Temu tip of the day.
So this whole video takes
Patty, I looked up those jump drives on Temu, but they're like $18. I mean, you can get a cheaper one, but it has like 32 megabytes of memory or something, you know, which I'm figuring I'm going to need something with a lot of memory. They were so expensive. I didn't realize they cost that much. I thought they were cheaper. I was hoping they were cheaper, I should say.
very unfamiliar with and haven't seen their work. All of the stars you've seen, you know, inside of there, were there along with some people who were adjacent to the adult film industry. One of those attendees was a woman named Amy Harwick.
Okay, that looks good.
West Hollywood. She specialized in family and sex therapy and had recently been working with Pineapple Support, an organization that provides free and low-cost mental health support to adult film industry folks. Amy Harwick was 38 years old, you know, and very accomplished, you know, like a celebrity therapist. She'd written a book, she did all the public appearances, and things were great. And so, it wasn't surprising, she would be on the red carpet that January, surrounded by photographers, and it was all smiles, glitz, and glamour. However, there was a dark shadow.
Okay, that looks good.
One of the photographers in that sea of cameras.
That's true, Patty. It is cheaper than a phone.
When you saw him, red in the face, with anger, with tears, both.
I told Nick I needed one.
Funny seeing you here, but like not in a friendly way at all. Amy and this guy that she worked. Amy being, she was always described as a super empathetic, kind person. So she was trying to calm him down, only he was getting louder and louder, and scarier and scarier to see. And he was saying she had ruined his life. See, this encounter was completely random and unexpected, but it would spiral out from there. He was saying she had ruined his life, but tragically, 1 month later, on Valentine's Day, he would ruin hers.
I'm not going to buff this now because I want it to be a little bit rough for my... I'm going to put builder gel down on it and solid builder gel, you know, for the nail art. So I don't want it to be too smooth. Okay.
Amy Harris was born in 1981, the adoptive daughter of Tom and Penny Harris, growing up just outside of Philadelphia. Amy was very close to her family, and even when she would leave and move to the West Coast, she would still fly home pretty often to see them. Amy was someone with a lot of drive, and so when she was 20 years old, she was like, I'm 85,000 feet up sticks, moved to LA.
How are you doing today, Michelle?
And from there, well, Amy was a master of reinvention. She was a master of networking, and she was just a really nice person.
Oh, we got to do the Hypnotic calendar for today, day 13. We'll do that after the Manny, if I don't forget.
Then she worked for Playboy, she modeled.
A really long time for me to figure out who I was as a person. And I think I'm still figuring it out, but it's been a long journey.
She practiced skate fire, go-go dance. She did it all. She had the confidence and the ability to put her money where her mouth was. And she worked hard to make friends. All the while studying at California State Polytechnic and later Pepperdine University.
Okay.
And it was in 2010 that Amy fell in love with a guy named Garrett Curtis.
He's going to give you a big hug when he sees you, Mom. He's very excited about the hug. What's so great about you guys? Nothing. It's just that we're all we've got.
Garrett worked in IT, but he was also an aspiring comedian, photographer, a little bit of everything. Look at you.
Oh, where's that file?
San Diego. And much like Amy, he had moved to LA to follow his ambitions. To get away
Yeah, Michelle, how are you today?
so many other fans have.
You know we're all concerned for you, about you. We love you.
Less talented for sure. His dream of being, real funny, tell me a joke, funny man. That dream was not going.
I hope your stress level has dropped a little bit.
Hello, everybody.
All right, let me spin around that. There we go. Well, thank you very much. It's great to be here in all the best parts of entertainment. We've got most of a band. We've got morning radio sound effects. Sometimes a full band when a voices do come from the ground, raises from the grave, takes over Tony and starts.
Okay.
It's wonderful. It's a wonderful time.
So smooth.
I think you froze. I was talking to an ex from a long time ago, and she told me that before.
Talking to what?
I was talking to an ex, and she told me that when we first met, she thought my personality meant I had a small dick. And then I talked to another ex, and she told me the same exact thing. And I just want to make it perfectly clear right now that my dick size is private.
Great stuff, Garrett. But you know what Amy saw? She saw something in him. Her friends, not so much. According to one friend from a Rolling Stone article, they would say he was like the king of mirroring. Your mannerisms, your likes and interests, which is like the most basic, please like me thing ever. Like, he would always do that to everybody. You like ice cream? He fucking loves ice cream. You like skateboarding? He grew up skateboarding. He was also pretty overbearing towards Amy. She appreciated him with a cage. And if she had her own abandonment issues, and he was only too happy to always be there. Like, always. In fact, it would be a year and a half into the relationship that Amy filed a restraining order.
All right.
The first, She was alleging he was physically abusive towards her, choking, kicking, beating, all that. Amy wouldn't follow it. The order wouldn't actually be granted, not until she filed a second warning after he beat her up and destroyed her apartment. He was jealous, he was overbearing, and he would not let her out of his sight. My father, like son, by the way, Garrett's father, Paul, also a dickhead. He too would have restraining orders taken out against him by his partner. A real no means yes type guy. So in 2012, the restraining order actually did go through. As I said, the second restraining order, and she made that sure that would go through properly. But the thing is, restraining orders are not forever. For example,
Oh, I talked to my neighbor yesterday, the guy, the landlord next door. And he said, we can come this weekend to look at the apartment. And he's planning on it being ready for January 15th. So that's when we'll be moving. Thank God it's right next door, guys. Like we can just literally carry boxes over, you know what I mean? And it's gas heat. We have oil here, but our heat is included here with our rent. So over there it's gas heat, but he said that the boiler is like only a year old and it's really efficient. There's baseboard heating. Here we have radiators.
Over the ensuing years, she gets a cruel text, emails, finds stuff written about her online that was blatantly untrue, but she never knew who it was.
Well, that's good because now we have like a move-in date, you know.
She came home one day and finds that her computer had been erased.
Oh, good, Michelle.
She never figured out who had actually done that, but again, she had her suspicions. However, in the meantime,
Do you know what you're going to do for your design? How about you, Brandis? Do you know what you're going to do?
Evolutionary psychology said that
I'm going to be doing mine on the live tomorrow. I might just wing it, but we'll see. It's hard for me to just wing it, you know. I kind of like to have a Manny plan.
Typically, when people feel jealous, their first instinct is to grab onto their partner, maybe talk to them more, ask them more about things, move through their phones. But this type of behavior only pushes your partner away and doesn't solve the problem.
she specialized in relationship and sex therapy, especially for sex workers, performers, not maybe the everyday crowd. She had a lot of patience and was extremely well liked. She dated actors, musicians, and most famously, Drew Carey. They were even engaged for a time before they, it's been reported, amicably broke up. Amy went on to work with Cardinal support, helping adult film performers that were struggling with their mental health. And she
Okay, they're looking good.
the new sex Bible.
Do the thumb.
January 2020, there were some adult film awards going on downtown. Amy wasn't even due to actually go. Due to pineapple support, they were providing all mental health support to a lot of actors. Their representative was invited. Someone else was supposed to be going, but they dropped out last minute. So Amy said, "Hey, okay, all of them." She didn't know Garrett's first house was a photographer working there. It seems he didn't know she was a teammate. Chastity and hadn't seen each other in 8 years. Pretty soon she'd be beefing up the old home security. Keeping yourself secure is very important. And in this day and age, constant security breaches, you need an app that will keep you and yours safe online. And none will do it better than Nord. Nord has the very best VPN. Believe me, I've tried a few and nothing compares to Nord. I literally use it every single day. With a single click, it'll change your online address from where you are to where you want to be, so your location is safe and secure, and no one can track you. Can't view this content in your location? There we go. Cybersecurity these days is so important, and that's where Nord shines. With its features like Nord's Mesh Nest, where you can safely connect to any other device in the world. No wires necessary. Or
Get this rid off my skin.
that keeps you safe from any hackers, malicious websites, trackers, phishing, ransomware, be gone. Anything nasty on the internet will be not nasty to you. And now that
Okay.
Nord has a very special deal that is just for you. Using my special link, that is nordvpn.com/thatchapter, every purchase of a 2-year plan will receive 4 months
Okay.
for free. All plans included. Yes, free. Ain't nothing free is free. And of course, Nord has data scanners, password managers, and encryption to online traffic. So once again, please use my exclusive link, nordvpn.com/thatchapter, to get an amazing deal.
There we go.
Every purchase of a 2-year plan, all 2-year plans, get 4 months for free on top, and Nord, of course, has a 30-day.
I'm just using this sponge file as my buffer. Again, I'm not going to buff the ring finger though.
And so, back to the year 2020. They've been separated for almost a
Smooth, smooth.
Seeing her on the red carpet, Gareth Curtis confronted Amy Harwood. She was trying to keep him calm. He was only getting louder and louder. Amy then tried to walk away. He followed after her.
Okay, good.
Eventually, she was able to get away. But later on during the ceremony, he approached her table once again, trying to continue a conversation.
Use the ergo file quickly here.
He really had to give her a piece of his mind, it seems. Amy, ever graceful, excused herself, and they spoke quietly somewhere else. But she was really upset about the thing, like, as you can imagine.
Michelle, all of your manis are spectacular.
Like 3 a.m., she wrote an email to herself about this entire ordeal. Tonight, I felt very scared. I went to the awards show with Fernando. He's another therapist. When we arrived, we waited in a very long line to do the red carpet. As we were waiting, I saw Gareth walk by with a camera. Clearly, he was working.
I think it was an amazing idea to go New Year's because you're not big in into the holidays, you know. What a great thought.
She had said 9 years ago. I didn't even have them still. I'm pretty nervous that I'm more on his radar now. It terrifies me that he's been obsessed with me for 9 years. Thinks about me every day. Can't move on. Cries and throws tantrums. However, I'm hoping that this interaction and the listening and giving him time may cause a neutralization in his anger towards me. Gareth then began texting her after finding her number online. Completely normal behavior, it seems. She replied something that's way too kind. I think it was really good that we were able to speak last night. I'm sure there's a lot more that you want to process and say to me, but I think that was a lot for both of us. I hope you were able to hear me last night when I said that I was sorry for anything that caused you suffering and that I forgive you for the things that you did to me. After that, she was good. Gareth texted her. She blocked her. That did not stop her. Amy had a roommate, so she didn't feel the need to be too frightened, but she did want pepper spray or something, and to change the locks and the windows. 8 years it had been, and now it all came crashing back. He wouldn't stop texting her, calling her, emailing her, leaving her voicemails.
There we go.
She hadn't had to deal with for almost a decade.
Okay, I'm going to clean off the nails. I'm using isopropyl alcohol to do this, but there's all different. I mean, you can get up and rinse your hands, but like there's other companies that make like Young Nails makes what Swipe. You could use that.
You're not the same person that you were back then.
I think OPI makes something, or not OPI, Orly.
Well,
Okay. Wish me luck, guys. Solid builder gel. So I'm not gonna put down a gel base first. Oh, there's a bead in there. Because I don't want to have.
Who had been out at her last performance with friends was just arriving home at around 1 a.m. She
Like, I don't want hairs to stick on it while I'm working.
Asking for pictures of the night. Amy sent her last text at around 1:01 a.m.
It's probably more than I'm going to need. I know I shouldn't touch it. Don't tell anybody.
In the Hollywood Hills, there were reports of a woman screaming.
I heard screaming. I had a gun or a knife. I came running, I couldn't find my phone. So there's somebody else inside. So I think let's make sure. Do me a favor. Calm down. Other than your roommate, is there anybody else inside the house? I don't know. I just heard her screaming. I mean, I threw it to the ground.
All right.
There's windows open.
This might be too long. And should I put it like this upside down? That's like large. It's like my whole nail. Because if I do it the other way, well, we got to make it smaller for sure.
It was the next morning. The police, being alerted to Garrett's behavior, went straight to him. They questioned him. They saw his injuries and his DNA.
Let's try again.
Her nails. She had fought him. He was arrested that day and charged with murder.
Flowers now being left here for this prominent therapist. You can see them outside the gate there. Dr. Amy Harwick became well known after writing a book, doing podcasts, and dating actor Drew Carey. Saturday, officers responded to her Hollywood Hills home because of reports of a woman screaming. Harwick's roommate was in the street and told them Harwick was being assaulted, that she'd come out to get help. Officers found Harwick gravely injured on the ground beneath a balcony. She later died. One of Harwick's specialties was helping people experiencing domestic violence.
It would later turn out that Garrett had broken into her house and been laying there in wait for her to come home.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get a shape of a tree here.
He had broken in shortly before 9 p.m., had attempted to disable her Ring cameras she'd installed just 2 weeks earlier. Her roommate at one point heard a dish break.
No Tara today, huh?
It was Amy. It was then, shortly after 1 a.m., when Amy just arrived home after a show, she was texting a friend, and as soon as she walked into her own bedroom, that's when he jumped out and began strangling her. Then, Amy's roommate, hearing the ruckus above him, as his bedroom was on the first floor, began screaming for help. He didn't know if the person attacking Amy had a gun or what, so he left the house to get help. And when he did so...
All right. I think that's pretty good. I mean, we're going to be covering it up anyway, right? But that's what it's looking like. So let's just leave it like that. Okay. Let me grab a couple little containers here. No, we'll use these. Okay. So these are some small white crystals. I don't think they're open. I'm gonna have to cut it. I'm gonna pour out a little bit of these because I'm hoping to use some of these in it. Not white, but clear, you know, clear crystals. I have star glitters right here. We can put a star on top of the tree, right? I'm gonna use little pearls. Wow, these are like all stuck together. There we go. Let's do silver, I guess, right?
The evidence in this case is going to show Amy Harwick was defended Garrett's first house because he was obsessed.
The holiday season's getting to you.
Not only that, she cut off all contact and to punish her for that, he broke into her house.
Put a little gel on here and see if this works.
With a syringe.
Oopsie. Come on.
And he waited until she got home. He waited there for hours for her. When she arrived, she went up to her third story bedroom and got caught by surprise that it had been.
Maybe I should use tweezers. These things are so tiny.
Oh, he was surprised, you guys. He was a little stunned. And that syringe you found in her home, he was actually going to use that on himself. That's how sad he was. He just wanted to like have a chinwag with Amy before he, used it.
The evidence will show that he was reacting from within this fog of depression, and that he was going to talk to her. That his only intention that night was to speak to her. The evidence will show.
Okay. So I guess we're just going to slowly fill it up. Let me get some bigger pearls too.
First degree premeditated murder. He is not guilty of special circumstances. He broke into her home. Had he not been there, she wouldn't have died. That is not his. He set chain actions into motion.
Dropped it. Sorry, I'm working on my right hand, so I'm using these tweezers with my left hand. Oh, I just dropped that pearl too.
You know, but he wasn't
Darn it.
He was just gonna, yap away to her for a little bit before you kind of like do himself in. But Amy, she was so shocked seeing him in her bedroom.
Maybe I should put gold too. I was just gonna do silver, but maybe I'll add gold to it.
Like Looney Tunes style, off the balcony. He didn't throw her off, push her off. She accidentally flipped and went off. She also accidentally strangled herself too. After 7 hours of deliberation, he was found guilty.
The Superior Court of the State of California, County of Los Angeles, Department 107, case number BA-45-380.
So we're slowly filling it up here. Should I add some gold too?
It was in early December 2023 that Gareth was sentenced
Oh,
to life in
I'm
prison
flying.
without the possibility of parole for the murder.
Let me just get some more gel on here. I think that would be easier.
The defendant shall be sentenced to a term of life without the possibility of parole with respect to count 1 for the underlying murder charge, coupled with the special circumstance allegation alleged under Penal Code Section 190.2A15. As to count 2.
And good riddance to that second shit. His obsession 8 years later seems just as bad as it was back in the day. Led him to murder, seemingly everyone described her as a great, kind woman.
See if we can get some of these tiny little pearls.
Scared her to death before actually killing her. There's nowhere better he should be, that's for sure. It was a dark obsession he kept burning for 8 years. Maybe something that was smoldering until he took her picture on the red carpet. She probably didn't think too much about him at all. And when she was forced to, she gave him time to talk. She wanted to calm him down. She thought maybe that's all he needs, to be heard. The lesson here is, don't give him time. Don't entertain these bastards for a single second. He saw her be successful while him, well...
Okay.
Constantly, I just don't memorize it.
Right.
I'm pretty sure the first kid to use the phrase "I'm way to go Einstein" was a bully on the playground.
Way to go, Einstein.
Yeah,
Was a bully on the
Stupid joke.
playground. But why? Why would that? Why would that?
A bully on the playground in 1880.
So we know for sure that he sucks at comedy.
Okay.
He also sucks, get this, at being a human.
I hope I can balance it, you guys, right?
Thank you so much.
Like the gems are kind of the same. Whatever I'm putting on is kind of the same size, right?
Pre-sale right now. There's only a couple hundred remade, so get them before they're good and gone. And yeah, other than that, check out the That Chapter podcast, which is out every Monday.
Actually, I think I'm gonna put gold down there.
Until the next video, which will be up in like a couple of days. Please take care of each other and yourself. I love you. My God.
Okay.
Am I the jerk for canceling my ex's Netflix subscription? The 3 months after we broke up, I paid for my ex's Netflix. Not sure about jerk, but maybe so.
That's too long.
Then I got Rocket Money and it showed me that not only was I paying for my own subscription, I was paying for my ex's too. And so then I canceled my ex's Netflix account.
This
from
one
right
off.
in seconds. All I did was hit cancel and I was free.
Okay.
Am I the jerk? I say not jerk. Their ex, you do not have to pay.
All right, where are the... I'm gonna use these gold ones, I think, at the bottom.
Wait, what was the name of the app again? The one that canceled the subscription.
That's what I got so far.
And as we're talking, I just canceled.
Hi, Britt. Hi, Tara.
What? That fast? You didn't even have to call anyone.
Did you see me call anyone?
Yeah, especially the little ones, Tara, right?
Rocket Money just legit.
That one was right now.
Yeah, they stick to each other and stuff.
It's Michael's
Oop, where'd it go?
Hey you, well, my name is Mike, and in this old video, we have a story which takes us to Texas. Yeah, always interesting, you know, you got that like Texas, Florida, New York trifecta of real weird shit. This story is frightening.
Okay.
It starts with a mystery in a bedroom, and it twists, it turns, until, well, some men don't take rejection real well. But they won't hurt you. They will hurt everything you love. Oh,
Get
by the
more
way,
gel.
you might have noticed this shirt I'm wearing. If you did, thanks.
Put a
This is
gemstone up here.
It's a limited edition. That chapter shirt, only a couple of hundred are being made right now. Something I've been working on since the summer. It was months and months. I wanted to make sure it got just right. There's samples for materials, for quality, for all of that. And yeah, pretty happy with this. And you can get one if you want. Check out the link here or in the pinned comment below. They're being made actually this very.
Come on, baby pearl.
Late January, early February, but you can pre-order them right now. This shirt is absolutely perfect for people who like Hawaiian shirts that are black with that chapter written on it. What else can I say? So please give it a go. And speaking of giving it a go, there is something about small town Texas, guys, which I don't know, kind of breeds murder. Because Olney is like the epitome of one.
Alright, there we go.
You got cowboys, you got endless fields of absolutely nothing at all, and most importantly, you got football. It's a town home to a surprising number of former NFL players, seeing how there's less than 3,000 people living there these days. And when the Friday night lights come on,
I'm almost done filling it in.
And no one was out there cheering more proudly, cheering louder than Manuela Allen. Manuela, that's Mrs. Allen to you and I, was a teacher at the Olney High School, 49 years of age in 2019. Manuela was there every Friday with her cowbell, cheering for the Cubs. And when she wasn't, she was in the classroom teaching English and German. Manuela always put the kids first. She was always there for them. And, you know, whenever she saw, like, a kid slipping through the cracks, she was like, whoop. No, you don't. For example, she let her daughter, Melanie's boyfriend, a football player, stay with him after he was kicked out of the house due to some troubles he was having. She just had a very big heart. Manuela Allen was born in 1970 in a place, that's a mouthful, Germany, to German parents. She grew up in a small Bavarian village, and it was while she was in college that she arrived in the good old US of A, because she wanted to learn some English. Yeah, no diggity, no doubt. It was in college that she met Peter. Named Peter, military man, former Green Beret, very focused and determined, knew all the Latin phrases that military people use. And well, Peter and Manuela, they hit it off. They would marry and have 4 kids together, 2 boys, 2 girls, and move together to Olney. Manuela, the beloved, you know, English and German teacher, while Peter.
Some extra gel here.
Sorry, Peter, it's just, you know, math. It's not a popular one. And so it was July 7th, Sunday, you know, during the long hot dog days of summer. Both Peter and Manuela, they were off because, as we all know, there's 3 really good reasons to become teachers. That's called June, July, and August. The family had just returned from Germany, visiting Manuela's family, and were settling back home. That morning, Peter was surfing the internet, if you can believe that, when, at around 9 a.m., the youngest daughter, Kira, she popped the head in, saying, "Where's Mom?" Now, Peter said, the old wife, she's probably in bed, you can go check on her, it's Sunday. Peter had slept on the couch that morning because things were not so good. And by not so good, snoring. They both snored, like, a lot. So Kira went and she was like, yeah, the door to the bedroom is locked. So Peter said, go check the other way. Now, their house was kind of interesting, right? So you had the house and then you had the garage. There was a second entrance to the master bedroom via the garage. The garage led to a laundry room, which then led to the master bedroom. So Kira, she went that way. So which went in there? Well, Mom wasn't in the bedroom. But what was a whole lot of blood. A frightening amount. It was at that point that they realized no Manuela, no bed sheets on the bed, and no car.
And maybe one of these.
First thoughts will go to every possibility except murder, because one thing you do not want to be true. And so they were thinking, this is kind of weird. There's like blood all over the walls on the floor. Maybe she cut herself by accident in bed and she drove herself to the hospital. Peter and Kira went there. There's a small hospital in downtown Olney Hamilton Hospital. And no, she wasn't there. Some
Okay.
terrified. That's when they called the police.
Mm.
An officer arrived soon after that call at around 10 to 10.
Morning, Mr. Allen. What's going on this morning? I have no idea. My wife's gone. My car is gone. My daughter comes and says they're dead. And where's Mom? I go, well, just in the room sleeping. And she goes, well, no, the door's locked. I slept on the couch. I go, so she goes through there and locks and comes up and says, Dad, there's blood all over the place. Okay. And I have no idea. You have your ID with you, Mr. Allen. Yeah.
Okay.
You ready to step out here? Go ahead and come out here. Usually your keys are hanging right there. Okay.
What do you think, guys? Does that look like a tree?
He took all the information and a bolo, be on the lookout, was put out.
I gotta see if I can fit that star on the top.
So what the hell happened? Peter and Kira had been in the house all night long, along with another child, Darian. Their oldest son was at college, the oldest daughter, Melanie, in Arlington. None had heard anything weird or suspicious. They'd last seen her at around 9 p.m. the previous night, and she was seen in her usual form. But clearly something bad had happened. The police noticed the bloody bare footprints on the tiles. This was even in the kitchen, which makes it even more unbelievable nobody noticed anything. They saw footprints and handprints, as if someone had tried to escape the bedroom, but had been dragged back in. Then, in that laundry room, which connects to the bedroom, bloody streaks. There had been a fight, a struggle. Manuela had tried to escape, but was dragged back into the bedroom.
Okay.
From there, she was dragged out of the home, probably into her own car.
Mm.
And then, who knows?
Drag marks through the garage, pushing the garage out the back door.
It was literally unbelievable that the family had not heard a single thing, right? Listen, Peter was sleeping on the couch just down the hall. If this was what it looked like, them all sleeping through this was insane. The family was questioned. Peter would say he was on the couch because both him and his wife were snorers, and if he ever had a single drop of the drink, he was on the couch. The kids would say they didn't hear anything and had no idea what had happened.
Guys, is this all right? What should I do to make it look more better? There, I kind of. All right, I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna cure it probably for 2 minutes just to make sure it's all set, and then I'll go around with gel top coat. I'll go around the tree, you know, to top coat it.
I want to get my dreams on. If that sounds like your cup of dream, then that's.
I hear you, Brandis, about no family. Like, we have Nick's family here, but he's not close to them. Like, he talks to his mother once every few months, you know, when she reaches out to come over with her mother, you know, they'll come over and we'll do lunch like every few months or whatever. But she has never once asked to take Dominic anywhere. Not once. And then we got Nick's sister and her family, and then Nick's brother, he's single. But none of my family, well, my sister, but she's a mess. I don't have a relationship with her right now. And we're by ourselves too, pretty much, you know. How come you're not in the holiday spirit this year, Tara?
Because I'm always thinking of new videos I want to make. But with Dream, I get some hella good sleep, so I can get to making them. And as it is the holidays, Beam is having a hell of a sale. Follow the exclusive link in the description to shop Beam's biggest sale of the year and get up to 50% off for a limited time. Once again, please click the link below to get up to 50% off. Thank you to Beam for sponsoring this little video. Get back to it. See, Will on a hunch went to a nearby lake, a popular spot. And there he saw
So I'm doing a full 2-minute cure if you didn't hear me say that. It says 60 seconds for LED and 2 minutes for UV, but this is fine.
her body was right there, wrapped around bloody sheets. Manuela had been stabbed and shot to death. Someone had gone into her room, attacked her there, and then dragged her out into the car and left her here.
Okay. My little tree.
This is going to be the one he's looking for.
I wish it was a little prettier, but it's not too bad for our first attempt. So I'm just going to use this 2-in-1 gel top coat just to fill in the other parts of the nail.
Knew the garage code, knew where the keys would be. Someone with a bike, someone with a shoe size of 9 or 10, and someone with a real grudge against the teacher everyone loved. She'd been stabbed something like 47 times, stabbed in the back of the head, strangled, and then shot in the face. It's pure rage. The investigators looked at all angles, over the
There we go.
days, and they kept,
I got a little lump of builder gel right here on the side. How do I get rid of that? It's cured. Shoot. All right. I'm going to cure this, but I think I'm going to have to file that lump of builder gel, huh? You're never in the holiday spirit, Michelle. If it wasn't for my son, I wouldn't be, you know. It's not the same as when you're younger or when you have a lot of money to spend, or it's not as much fun for me because like the joy for me is like being out in a store and seeing something and being like, oh, my sister would like that, or oh, my brother-in-law would like that, just something you see. But Nick, he puts everything off to the last minute, so it's like you go to a store and you have to get stuff for these people no matter what. So it might not be what you really want to get them or even what they want to get, Britt, what are you doing for Christmas? Do you know yet?
When this thing comes to a head and a jury believes you stabbed your mom 46 times, they don't put you in the electric chair.
All the family gave DNA samples and fingerprints.
I'm actually going to mess with this right now real quick. This builder gel.
Further investigation to determine the way the house was built. Very thick walls, somewhat plausible, known as burnating. The bikes in the house.
Let's try this.
Shows tracks there. Peter, who was kind of like a gun collector, none of his weapons matched. Had been used recently, none matched the bullet that had killed his wife. Who knows if she was dead by then or not, but whatever she'd been shot in the face with, it wasn't his weapon. The police did find a witness in the area until like the morning of the murder. They would say they saw a man on the bike in the area. Didn't have much more than that, but CCTV footage was obtained showing the same guy on his bike riding through town. Now, speaking of guns, one had been used, right, but they didn't know whose gun. One gun had been stolen earlier on in the summer, and so the police were wondering if it was gun. Perhaps someone had tried to steal some of Peter's guns, because he was a collector and he didn't really keep them himself.
Okay.
Everybody is a collector, so maybe someone had tried to break into Peter's home, steal someone's guns to sell. They were interrupted by Manuela, and take it from there. The suspect for the previous gun theft was Corey Taylor, a troubled young kid who had interacted with the law a few times before, and he also went to Olney High. Police went to speak with him, but right before they could, as they were like sauntering, moseying on over to his place, just had to go up the stairs to his place. This is okay, there's a little cubby under the stairs, and they were like,
I'm gonna top coat this again.
because hidden under the stairs was a bike. Upon closer examination, the treads matched the ones at the crime scene.
All right, I think that lump is kind of gone.
But it was his friend's bike. His friend named Julius Mullins. Staring back on the Olney Cubs. Now, when it came to school, not great. He struggled and he'd gotten in trouble, but on the field, he shined. And he shined in front of his ex-girlfriend, Melanie Allen. But they had broken up about 6 months earlier.
Okay.
And the breakup broke Julius. He got in more and more trouble. The wrong crowd I'm talking. Drinking, drugs, devil's lettuce, devil's dandruff, all the devilly things. And his dad had actually been like, all right,
Okay, that's good.
You done it, my friend. Now, Corey, they originally didn't want to speak with. He was quickly dismissed.
Janet said she had a lot of stuff to do today. I don't know what that really means, but
Julius had been carrying that in fact Corey and Julius had the knowledge to break in and steal a gun a couple of months earlier.
no, and I'm not saying it's like about
Julius had been begging
spending. That was what my whole point was, is like, you know, when you're out at the store and you see something and you're like, this person would really like it. So to me, that's like kind of like,
with a German flag in honor of Manuel Allen. Is that something a killer would do?
you know, like you're thinking about the other person when you're shopping. You're not shopping just to get them something because you got to get them something. Do you know what I mean? But maybe things will change, you know, when Dominic is older. Maybe it won't be like a big deal. But as far as our family goes, Nick's family and my family growing up, Christmas was always the biggest holiday. Especially my dad's family was super religious. So, I mean, you know, midnight mass on Christmas Eve and all that kind of stuff. So I was raised Catholic, and sometimes I have a hard time letting some of that stuff go. Honestly, I don't even really think a lot about like what Christmas is about. Whether you want to say it's about, you know, the birth of Jesus or, you know, the commercial side of it. To me, Christmas is for the kids. But at the same time, Nick always says, don't worry about me. He's always the one like who will go, or I don't know, stuff like that. But he won't buy himself new clothes. So the only new clothes he's going to get all year long are the ones I buy him for Christmas or when I get them for him, you know. So I haven't even bought him that much because I don't have money. I bought him 2 pairs of pants, 2 t-shirts, package of underwear, a package of socks. I think that's all I've gotten them so far.
See, now the police didn't believe Julius could have done this alone. Manuela, as even husband Peter said, she's a pretty big woman, she's pretty strong.
Are you still Catholic? Because I consider myself an agnostic, you know. I don't really believe in God. I think it's too far-fetched to think that there's this man in the sky watching over every single one of us people on earth and knows every single thing we do and all of our thoughts. Come on now. You know? I mean, it's nice to have something to believe in or to believe in something bigger or a greater power. And a lot of people, I think, need that because it helps them cope with life. Oh my God. I don't think I should leave my e-file over here because it keeps falling. One of these times it's not going to work. All right, I'm going to wipe off.
Honestly, I sat there and I was thinking of ways that I could stop doing it because I wanted to believe that he was wrong. He would do what he said he was going to do.
I might put something on my pinky now. One of these things with some builder gel. Let's see what's in here.
There was no evidence that Peter was involved. Peter hadn't been at the store Julie said he met him at.
I could do a gold Christmas tree, a gold snowflake, or a gold deer. What do you think, guys? Kind of like the snowflake. Oh, there's a mitten too. I like the deer too. Oh, there's a gingerbread man too. All right, I'm gonna hang on to this snowflake. Let me grab a little more builder gel.
A little more than a week after the body of high school teacher Manuela Allen was found, authorities arrested one man in connection to her murder, 18-year-old Julius Mullins. A close friend to Mullins' father, Len Bernhardt, and a mentor to Mullins, says he was going through a rough time.
You could tell that there was something troubling him.
I'm gonna put it down here at the bottom.
He needed someone to help him to get through with that.
We also spoke to a resident who saw Mullins being arrested Monday night.
They questioned him a lot. They questioned a lot of people around him. They took pictures of his shoes, pictures of his feet. They put that into evidence. They took his bike.
Too much gel.
Fairly bad breakup. It wasn't a very healthy relationship. You could tell from the outside looking in.
See, Julius would say he hadn't intended to. In fact, he was breaking in to steal the guns. But that doesn't match the crime scene, which was rage.
Oh no, he did.
Julius would plead guilty to the murder.
Oh yeah, I knew you were into Wicca, Tara. I wasn't thinking. Did you raise your kids like any particular religion, or?
And so ends the story of Manuela Allen and the rageful, violent, cowardly.
Or going to church or anything?
Gone into Melanie's room if she had in fact been there. She just happened to be out of town that particular night. Blood evidence. Julius was obviously dripping. He was on his feet and everything. Showed he'd been standing outside the room. Probably had looked in. He was there. And well, she just hadn't been. So instead, he took out his rage and his anger on her mom.
Maybe I shouldn't put that on.
Or taking it out on his own head. That would have been better. Bounce off the wall a couple of times. See how you feel after that.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, let's top coat.
This whole video, again, just real quick.
My Christmas tree isn't as pretty as I wanted it to be, but it's not hideous, and I do think with practice I would get better at like balancing the artwork, you know what I mean, a little better than I did. But can you guys tell it's a tree at least? What was his job, Brandis? I'm gonna go in with a couple layers of dip top coat here. Skipping over the ring finger that's already got a gel top coat. So anyway, I don't know if I finished telling you, but Janet and I ended up video chatting while we did our manis last night. It was fun. Patty was going to join us and do her mani too. Oh my God, it's stuck. Whoa. What the heck? My brush got hard. Brush saver, come to me.
Hey you, and welcome. My name is Mike, and in this video, we are going to a high school in the town of Fairfield. Fairfield High School, so I shouldn't have to look at
Oh my God, the brush is like so stiff. We'll even go in.
And what do we know about small
Get in there. There we go.
Sometimes there really is just nothing to do. Kids get bored, make a ruckus. You know the drill. Well, two teens in particular are the subject of today's video, because when one of them got his test results back, all he saw was red. Figuratively, and then quite soon, literally.
Okay.
Let's give it a go. The town of Fairfield sits in southeastern Iowa, and it's a nice little town, home to about 9,500 people. It sits smack dab in the Midwest. A landscape of big fat farmland as far as the eye can see surrounds. And within sits a nice quiet town, beautiful buildings, and a surprising number of startup companies and small businesses. And according to their YouTube channel, they're not like other small towns. They're a cool small town. Sustainability is the name of the game in Fairfield. We want to keep those fields fair. And the town,
Yeah, that was silly.
all types of folk, having large denominations of all.
You do go to church, Sarah, every week? Wow, I didn't know that.
For transcendental meditation. You will find like a little bit of everything in this small town. But I guess that includes what we're focusing on. The bad stuff. I mean, it really is just so hacky to say, right? But there's really no other way of saying it. It's like, you know, small town where nothing happens, so when it does, it's all the more shocking. Fairfield is home to 12 park and recreation areas, which is quite a few for such a small town. But there's one park in particular that a woman,
one of my gold beads turned on its side here. So it's like a little red spot sticking out right there. Guys, I asked if it looks like a tree and nobody answered me. Does that mean it doesn't? Does it not look like a tree?
So often there every day. She got those steps in. Other people knew her routine. And one day they were stalking her as she walked through the park. And then they waited till they found a quiet area. This was on November 2nd, 2021. Nohima was born in Mexico, Veracruz to be specific, in 1954, to parents No and Maria. After graduating high school,
Do they live together, Brandis?
For Mexicana de Aviación, a now defunct airline company, and she worked there for 17 whole years, if you can believe it. During this time, she was in fact training to be a commercial pilot, and Nohima Grabber would be the very first woman.
All right, it doesn't look like a tree. Is that what you guys are saying?
Trained to fly passenger aircraft.
Oh, you see my thumb? Hold on, let me go up and look.
It was during this.
Which way do I gotta go?
One day, while he was on to Mexico, he gave her a call, not expecting her to pick up, but pick up she did. Her future husband became her actual one on October 4th, 1986, marrying in Mexico. And together,
Does that work? I'm watching the camera. There's a little bit of a delay.
Nohima ingratiated herself into this small community like almost immediately. She would attend church mass every day. She became a leader, you know, for the small growing Latino community. And Nohima and Paul would have 3 children together: Christian, Jared, and Nohima. And it was later in life, when all of her children had grown up, that she decided to, hey, why not get into teaching? She attended Iowa Wesleyan University, got a degree in English and a teaching.
That doesn't help.
Her first job was as
Whatever, I'll send pictures. I give up.
she became a Spanish teacher at Fairfield High School, and there she was beloved by staff and students, fondly remembered by those who graduated for her catchphrase, "Be more secure," meaning just be confident and proud of yourself. And speaking of being more secure, let me talk to you for a minute about the Opera desktop browser, the incredible solution to approaching how you give it a go online, my friends. I've said it again and again how important it is to stay safe online. How many cases have I covered that involve, somebody browsing something? A lot. I mean, it's so important to have the best browser around. Meet the Opera desktop browser, my friends.
Okay.
Opera is faster, safer, and smarter than the default browsers out there because it takes your privacy, security, and how you browse to heart. It has built-in ad blocking.
All right, we are dry.
For you. It's more friendly on your CPU than other hella intensive
My
browsers.
apple pie cuticle oil.
Fully customizable it is. From very pleasing tab islands to how it integrates your music players and messengers. You can have everything you need in just one place. No extensions, no nothing. Opera Desktop Browser saves you the hassle of mucking about and keeps things simple, safe, and secure. But you know what the coolest thing about Opera Desktop Browser is? It has a freaking AI built in. I love it. Aria is Opera's collab with OpenAI.
This is the mani that I did with Janet. We mani twinned, and I'll be posting this once the live is over. I gotta do that. So I'm definitely Christmassy today with my nails. Look at this, you guys. Yay!
And the most incredible thing is free. Check out the link in the description or in the comments below to download Opera Desktop.
It does look like a tree, Brandis.
Get in on this.
Oh, good. All right. Thank you, you guys.
Just before 4 p.m., straight after school, she drove over in her van to Taco Truck.
I didn't make a base, I made a base with like gold just going across, but I didn't make a trunk or anything, no. Should I use a red? No, I'm gonna use white.
And then her husband Paul, he began to worry as night fell. As you can imagine, he went to Taco Truck to check on her. He knew her routine, but there was no
Okay.
1997 Honda Odyssey van.
I love this Boughs of Holly glitter. It's so pretty. Oh, I just bumped one of my little trays that had all the little beads in it, and it kind of spilled. All right.
A discovery was made. Nemo Grabber's body.
I do have a Christmas tree ring. It's green.
Concealed under a tarp, a wheelbarrow,
Let's try it.
railroad ties. When they found her, she'd been dead for many hours. It seemed from her mouth that the cause of death was extensive.
Ain't gonna fit on that finger though.
She'd been beaten to death.
Just
Creating the best irons for every
maybe I shouldn't use a Christmas tree. Might be too literal.
on every aspect of performance. Whether you want an iron with effortless speed, exceptional feel,
Okay, we'll do the snowflake ring.
the performance you're at
That one's fine.
has one name. New T-Series
I just want to loosen it a little. All right, I know this is a super weird angle. Let's see if I can get it here. Here is the finished mani.
4:45 p.m. Around 45 minutes after she had.
How do I?
And a witness said inside
How's that? See if it makes a difference.
and her van was later found parked at the end of a country road.
Slowed such a delay. I'm watching the camera here. In this way.
Another witness would say they had seen a man walking down the road with a wheel
Come on.
of all things. So who were these guys? Well, it didn't take long
How?
to find
Now I gotta go this way.
the very day her body was found. Now teenagers are
How's that?
little shitbags. None more so than two little shits she had in her.
Sorry, the angle, they changed the angle on me today, so you guys know it takes me a few days once they do this to figure out what's what here. But oh no, you guys will see it tomorrow. Thank you all for being here and chilling with me today. Tomorrow's gonna be fun because we're gonna be doing the Hourglass Mani Kit collab between Lotus Dips, Michelle, and Cosmic Nails. super excited. That's going to be a fun Manny to do, you guys. So make sure you're here for that. And I thank you for being here with me today and listening to whatever I have going on in my life, like the apartment talk and stuff like that. Look for my Nan Janet's Manny Twin post later on as well. And I will talk to you guys later. Enjoy your afternoon. Love you guys. Bye.
The house which was covered in flies, dirty laundry, and was just infested. The kids would bathe no more than twice a week,